Jkstewart Creative here, speaking to you live from Finland. It's very difficult to find consensus of thoughts when I'm so busy touring Finland and Sweden, and to bring my condensed thoughts to you. But I feel obliged with so much happening in the world, but back in the United States and in my personal life here in Finland. But I'll try, and that is here we go. To try to bookend things together. One bookend, that is between the Turkish failed coup and the new Bourne movie coming out. Don't you wonder how a Bourne movie that we all love? I know I'm a big fan of Matt Damon's portrayal of a CIA operative who was once stricken with amnesia and now has to come out again. I think it's about 10 years, 9 years since he did another episode. And when you think about the current climate with the failed coup in Turkey, and how silent the American media has been on analyzing just what's going on with that coup and the American involvement in it. So the CIA continues to be the proxy government for us in matters abroad, and not hesitating to disrupt or participate in the disruption of other sovereign communities. And this supposedly is in our best interest, the United States' best interest. One wonders how the failed attempt at Castro's life, the successful murder of Patrice Lumumba in Africa, and the constant engaging in subversive matters will play out as we continue to play with these issues in our cinematic, fictitious accounts of things. But at the same time, we know that these things are in part to educate us on the world. Well, certain members of the cinematic community certainly don't try to become the historians for the modern day world, but it just is a fact that cannot be avoided, that we continue to either escape reality and not press upon our media to help us understand why our interest in certain societies is such that the murder or the mayhem caused through coups backed by us are to facilitate our greater interest down the road. And most importantly, we know how those that have succeeded or failed did or did not administer a greater sense of America's freedom and an interest abroad. So those issues I find are sort of a nice way to book in, to say, well, what do you expect for the Jason Bourne, and how close to reality will it be in some of the current issues? And will Jason Bourne's memory, having returned, be a part of the process of our memories of past endeavors and our future of America as a foreign participant in international politics? Will we find peace with our media and its failed attempt at continuing to disseminate the truth, or continue to investigate matters and find connective tissues that it brings to us? I find these unsettling questions, and I find them interesting, especially as an American now in the European community, watching and trying to analyze things that pertain to my homeland while I'm away from it. And another bookend that I wanted to touch on was that of traveling to Sweden and looking at how Swedes, who are very beautiful people, continue the same response to me as an American or as an African American traveling abroad, and comparing that to how I feel about my receptance here in Finland. I know that most people still confuse the Swedes who are Scandinavian with the Finns who are Nordic with one and the same. People tend to think of this region of the country, this region of the world, as Scandinavia. But the Finns will have you know that no, they are not Scandinavian. That is a part of a definitive word for the language, and Finnish language is not derived from the Scandinavian language history, but nonetheless, the common cultures do suggest that they are one and the same. But do your history, do your research, and find out that they are proudly proclaim themselves as different. And that difference is yet the final bookend that I want to touch on, and that is ethnicity. Do we see yet how, once again, ethnicity is the basis for war and the basis for the dissolution of misinformation in the world that we continue to find in Africa, in parts of Europe, and in America, that this division of ourselves into ethnic communities, while you may consider your identity to be a part of your finding your ethnic roots, once we see what happens with people once the gate is open to begin to identify yourself and to form a cohesiveness with you and as you perceive others who are part of your ethnic clan. And then what happens when you want to have your rights respected and you are to be allowed to bring those rights to the table of the society in which you live? What do you want? Then you will see that these lead toward wars. And mankind needs to find a way to begin to once again find harmony in the fact that while one can recognize his own ethnicity, he or she also has to recognize his place as a human being first and foremost, and obey the call to finding peace with others who are not a part of your ethnic community, whites, blacks, Jews, Gentiles, Europeans, Africans, and then from there on, further down, other divisions occur. So these sort of things continue to plague us and continue to lead toward war and other offshoots of destruction that continue to plague mankind. I'm just trying to find a way to say, okay, let people be who they want to be. But at the same time, in allowing that kind of space, why does it always lead toward something negative? So continue to stay tuned for Jkstewart Creative as I bring you broadcasts from Finland. This weekend, I'm going to travel some more and continue to have more experiences and continue to try to bookend them together. Peace.